Welcome to Truth and Company Boxing Podcast for another segment of 20 Random Questions. I'm your host, John the Truth Dioria, and tonight's guest is former world champion and now one of the best boxing trainers in the sport of boxing, Bones Adams. How you doing, Bones?
I'm good, my brother. Thank you so much for the warm welcome.
I love having you, man. I had you before, and it was great, and I couldn't wait to get you back on again by yourself and just talk a little bit about you and how you got into the sport and what's going on with you now and things like that, because I think a lot of the fans, the new generation fans, they might not know who you were as a boxer and things like that, and personally, they see you in the corners sometimes on some of the TV shows and stuff, and the new generation just doesn't understand that you guys are the ones that paved the way for some of these stars that they're watching now.
Well, I paved the way for a lot of the young 16, 17, 18-year-old that's turning pro. I turned pro at 15, and I paved the way for a lot of people. And but for the young talent, you know.
Yeah, but a lot of the talent now you're behind, and a lot of people don't know that you're behind a lot of these guys.
I know, that's what I'm saying. They don't, you know, they don't understand it. They don't think about themselves most likely. So they think they're the first one.
You actually have your own gym though too, right?
Yeah.
Now I read somewhere, is it actually at your house?
Yeah, unfortunately I had to live here. I mean, it's a blessing and a curse as well. I mean, it's great. It's here. I've always had a gym on my properties anyways, no matter where I'm at. But, you know, I have it here and it's great. But the situation of being like, you know, I like to have some my time. And, you know, it doesn't matter Saturday, Sundays, 10 o'clock at night, 12. But, I mean, come on, man. The gym in hours is there. But you had to go and kick people out. Let them in. Hey, it's just me. It's always somebody trying to get in early or stay late, or you mean like just get sick of it, you know?
Okay. Are you ready for these random 20 questions?
Are you ready for the answers?
Oh, I'm looking forward to them. I'm looking forward to your answers.
I hope I can answer them properly.
There is no properly, man. This show is unedited, unscripted. Whatever's said is said. That's the way it goes. And I gotta say on air, man, if people don't know, I have a TikTok page, also Box with the Truth, where I put a lot of reels from a lot of these interviews. Right. And I truly appreciate the fact, Bones, that you keep going to my TikTok page and watching all these reels, because eventually you're about to have some reels on there.
Well, you know what? Because you know, I just like I love documentaries. I love real answers. I love real people, and that's that's why I like the 20 questions, because hopefully people are answering honestly and not what people want to hear, you know. So that's why I like it, and I love Jesse James Leija. He's my favorite that you've had. So
yeah, I mean, a lot of guys are just, you know, it's great to hear some of these stories, and guys are just coming out and being honest and throwing some stories out that might have not been in interviews, or just little answers, like you said, to some of these questions, and it leads to some real interesting answers.
Right.
All right. So question one, not getting into the boxing yet. I just kind of, for the fans that don't know your background a little bit, question one, tell me about your background and your upbringing a little bit before the boxing.
My upbringing was, I started boxing at 5 years old.
No, before the boxing though.
Oh, before the boxing?
Yeah, like where you were from?
Okay. So listen, I'm from Henderson, Kentucky. I was born in Henderson, Kentucky. I was there, I live an average life. My dad was a truck driver. And then when I was probably around 3 years old, he had blood clots and lost his ability to drive. And or maybe I was around 5 probably when it happened, you know. And my brother started school. He was 10 years old. He was in school, having trouble with school, and the principal didn't want to do anything about it. So my dad was like, okay. Then he started bringing us to the gym and said, hey, you're gonna box, you know. So protect yourself just for the school. I wasn't in school yet. But long story short is like my brother I just happened to be good at it, so I just stuck with it, you know.
But now, did you end up moving up north though to like Michigan or something?
So when I was 9 years old, I moved. That's what I'm saying. Like I was 5 years old. I forgot I was on That's Incredible. I was on a lot of things, and then when I was 9 years old, I moved to Detroit, Michigan, on 7 Mile, 7 Mile and Stout. That's the reason why. Yes, I was born in Kentucky. Only two world champions actually born there would be Muhammad Ali and myself. There's actually born there. Um, but I consider myself from Detroit because I was raised in Detroit. My childhood was in Detroit.
So speaking of That's Incredible, a lot of people in this generation, they have no idea what that was. That was a really cool show where different talents come on, different stories, things like that. What was the reason you were on the show That's Incredible?
I was the youngest porn star. No, I'm just kidding. Boxing, my brother. Boxing. I think I was like 43 and 0 as a fighter. I was like 8 years old, 9 years old, like 43 for something like that. No, and 48 no, and it was just incredible. And they came to film me and stuff, and I did the show.
Okay. All right. Question 2. Now you were just talking about at a young age you got involved in boxing. So question 2: how did you get involved in the sport of boxing? Now your dad had nothing to do with boxing, right?
Well, as I'm saying, my dad had nothing to do with boxing, but he'd always loved boxing. My grandparents lived in California, and they own some trailer parks. And the one trailer park that they own was actually across the street from all the training camp for Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, all those guys used to train at. And my dad used to go over there and watch them, and he just watched them and stuff. He loved boxing. And then I guess when we were old enough, like I said, I was 5 and my brother was 10. He decided, for us to box, and that's the whole idea. That's the reason I said that I just had natural ability. Because a man who never threw a punch before, how's he going to teach you how to throw a punch? So I had to learn on my own. My dad trained me by the aspect of, hey, you're getting hit with the right hand. Okay. Hey, you need to hit him with the left hand. Okay. But that was the directions. So I had to figure out on my own how to do it. And I did it, and I did it well. So that's why I stuck with it.
Okay. Question 3: what boxers inspired you in your career?
It was. I wouldn't say I was inspired by a boxer because I was 5 years old. I was just honestly, my dad told me that's what I was going to do, so I did it. I'm 5 years old, 6 year old, 7, 8, 9. He always told me, he made me stop. But it was so bad that he made me stop school in 8th grade. I only went to the 8th grade. He pulled me out. He said, you want to be a champion? Well, forget it. Which I regret every minute of it now, you mean? And when I was that age, okay, it was cool, right? But I really regret it. There's a lot of things that I missed out on as a child. I turned pro at 15. I just did not have a childhood because of it. So, but boxers, I would say, once I got older, boxers I looked up to is not necessarily the ones who was the great in the ring, but it's more so outside the ring. I looked up to Marvin Hagler. I loved everything about Marvin Hagler. There was just how he is as a person. I had heard that the contract was up with his managers, Petronelli brothers and trainers, but he paid them anyways. He didn't care about fancy hospitals. He just personally, just how he was as a man, and I fell in love with that aspect of how to be.
Okay. All right. Question 4: did you have any hobbies outside the sport of boxing?
I tried doing some stuff, basketball. I played like a year or whatever else in basketball, when I was like elementary, like 3rd or 4th grade. But my dad told me more or less this. He goes, listen, you can be good at a lot of sports or great at one. So I was in boxing. He got so bad that my father would not even let me take gym class. I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't do anything except box. Nothing boxing. That's all it was. He wouldn't allow me to do anything else.
Okay. Question 5: what made you decide to be a trainer, and what do you get out of being a trainer?
You know what? I call him my father now. His name is Sis Duran. I'm sure you know him. He had told me a long time, like I was when I retired from boxing, I wanted nothing to do with boxing because I still wanted to fight, but then I knew I shouldn't, And I always told myself, if I ever got dropped in a fight, I'll just retire. And I took a fight that I shouldn't have because I was sick as hell. Long story short, anyway, I got dropped, right? Long story short, it was my fault. Whatever, right? So I got dropped, so I told myself I'd never fight again. So I held to my word. I never fought again. Got a job. Yeah, I went to prison, and then once I got out, then Silas was running my boxing gym at the time, and Stitch Duran was working with Amir Khan, and before the fight with Canelo, and was back there, and I was just pointing out things that Amir should be doing or wasn't doing and stuff, right? And Stitch was like, "Oh, you should be a trainer. You should be a trainer." I was like, "No way, no, you fuck! I'm not training no fucking fight, man. Fuck that, right?" But then Stitch kept it up, and the next thing you know, I'm calling Silas, and Silas was like, "Yo, come back here. He goes, I can't make the guys want you or work with you, but just come back there and see what they say." So then I started working with some guys, and the guys are like, "Hey, you know what? That's just what Silas was saying." And then I seen Silas on pads, and they go, "Oh, that's what Bones was saying." So I knew I was right on track when someone of Silas' statue, coaching-wise and accomplishments, I'm just like him. You know what I mean? So I was saying the same thing he was doing. So I just started staying back there and just started getting fighters one after another.
But I mean, you being a trainer, what do you get out of that?
The only thing I get out of it is the idea of man, just been in the boxing game and trying to get back. My whole thing, I'm a trainer as of right now. I'm looking to get into the promotional side of it more than anything because promoters, they have not changed. It should be the fighters first, but they always put themselves first. Then the managers, then the fighters always last. And when that fighter's done, but who gives a shit? No one gives a fuck about us. No one cares. No one cares. No one gives a fuck what we're doing, how we're doing. You're a champ, you can't take the other way. So what? How are we gonna pay our fucking light bill? How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna insure? Just no one gives a fuck. So I have an idea and I think that would help out boxing tremendously, but I'm just waiting for the right person to be in front of me to get it going.
Okay. All right. Question 6: did you have any boxing superstitions when you fought?
I wouldn't say I did. No.
Okay.
Okay.
Question
just
7.
Go ahead. Things, just one of those weird things. Like sometimes I used to think, hey, I'm wearing the same socks or whatever else, but then they got old. I think because if I didn't wear them, I still wore them. Like, okay, it's no big deal.
All right. Question 7: who's the one fighter that you never got to fight that it just drove you crazy because you just never got in the ring with him?
Erik Morales. I want Eric. Listen, when I fought Paulie the first time, before I fought Paulie, right? So the idea was I beat Paulie, then I'm gonna fight Erik Morales. That's the fight I wanted. I wanted that so bad. For the simple reason is I knew what he was. You know what I mean? Marco Antonio Barrera, I gotta be truthful, but I'm an honest person. But that boy, I didn't want nothing to do with him. Too smart of a fighter. He can box. He can punch it. He knew how to adapt. Eric, you knew what Eric was. And that's the fight I really wanted.
And now, did you not get it because you lost to Paulie, and then you ended up getting the rematch with Paulie?
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't think I lost to Paulie. I feel like they screwed me out of the decision, which I know for a fact they did. And the reason being is because my management at the time put me in that position to where they did that to me. So, yeah. That's why, though.
Okay. Question 8: what's something that your boxing fans don't know about you?
That I'm really white. Most people think I'm black. No, what? No, just joking. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know, man. I don't know. Because I'm pretty open with everything. You mean, listen, everybody knows. Listen, I'm a fun. Listen, listen. My problem is this. I love to joke and play. I don't care what occasion it is. I'm still freaking trying to tell a joke. And my father, I remember my father said, he's like, I did something. He's like, can't you stop playing? I go, no, I can't. Sorry. That's probably what, man. Listen, that's the reason why I kind of stay off of my Instagram, because I love to joke and play and just say things just craziness, and some people don't know how to take me. If you didn't know me, you'd be like, "What's motherfucker?" I just love to joke and play. Everybody around me knows that, but not like my boxing fans don't know that. But I could be saying that. I'm saying like, yeah, I'm a smart ass. You mean?
All
But
right.
I mean, things I say, I promise, truly, like just out of like just being fun. You know?
All right. Question 9. What's the craziest or the funniest story that ever happened between you and a boxing fan?
Fan? I don't know, man, because I just kind of, I don't know, because then again, well, I'm kind of crazy. It's hard to define crazy. Because hey, well, you may think it's crazy. I mean, oh, that's normal to me. What's wrong with you? It's like that's the person like me. I am like, there's nothing like I'm so fun. I love people. I love like, I don't know, just crazy.
But nothing sticks out. A story between you and a fan, though.
Not really, not necessarily a fan, no.
Okay.
Not really a fan. Like, listen, nothing crazy happened. Like you know, because I'm just like, listen. So, what's his name? Dale Hausner. You remember him?
Oh no.
You remember that? I think it's Dave. I think it's Dale Hausner, right? He used to be a reporter, and he's a big boxing fan, right? A big boxing fan. He used to see him and stuff like that. And I felt really bad for him because it's just I didn't know. But he just seemed like one of those there are people that live at home with their mom and this and that, where else. And I always would make time of day with him, right? I always make sure I would call him and always, you know what I mean? Interviews or call, right? And then long story short, we found out about 10 years after that, right? I'm doing regular interviews and shit, you know what I mean, joking with him. He was a serial killer.
Oh, yes. I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah. Man, me and him was like this. Like, I used to fuck with him bad. Like, I mean, just joking wise and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, I'm happy I made him laugh. And stuff. He's a serial killer. I was like, what the fuck? Man, me and him was together all the time, bro. I'm saying all the time. And he was a huge boxing fan, by the way, but huge fan.
No, when you found that out, though, that had to you had to think like, oh my God, man, I was just hanging out with a serial killer and never even knew it.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, man. Well, honestly, like, just my personality, anyways. I even have a tattoo on my arm. Treat people the way you want to be treated. I treated him great and always and respectful, but I think people treat him like shit, and a lot of the fighters did as well because of how he is and how he presented himself. So I'm just very blessed and lucky that I'm a person. I'm a good person. But I'm saying, like, man, I forgot about that. Yeah.
How many people did he end up killing? Do you remember?
I think it was around 20 or something like that. And then not counting the dogs and animals that he started with, we killed him before the people.
Wow.
You know, or shooting or injuring. I think he may have killed like 8 or 9 or something like that, and shot 20 or something like that.
True.
Yeah.
All right, question 10. Who is your favorite opponent out of all the guys you fought?
The ones I knocked out. The ones I knocked out in the first round. That's my favorite. The ones that are easy money. No, I would guess, you know what? Orlando Canizales. Simply because he's such a great fighter. You know, phenomenal fighter. He was something. And, you know, and I fought him when I just turned 18 years old. I truly believe I would have beat him if it was over here in the United States. But being a young man and the things that was going on around everything, you know, around the promotion, around everything, I was not myself. And, you know, I just you know, things happen, you know. So I was beat here, you know what I mean, is what happened. So,
okay.
But he was my favorite because of his greatness.
Question 11. If you had to spend 30 days in a jail cell, what comedian would you choose to be your cellmate?
Well, I was thinking about Johnny Witherspoon, but he's so funny and stuff like that. But I think I'd have to do with Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
Because he's such a big boxing. I don't know. Hey, I don't know. Dave Chappelle, too. Man, it's a toss-up. Dave Chappelle is a huge boxing fan. And I spoke to him. I've been with him many times and stuff. He gave me concert tickets and stuff. And yeah, I'd have to finalize, but be Dave Chappelle.
Okay. All right. Question 12. If the mayor of your city was willing to name something after you, what would you want named after you in the city?
The women's restroom. All the women be saying Bones. But it had to be named Boner instead of Bones. It'd be the Boner. I don't know. City Hall. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
City Hall. Why not?
All right. Question 13. Who was the hardest puncher you've ever faced in the ring in a fight or sparring?
I've been with a lot of punchers, but I had to say this. I think it's Ismael Pumar. He's a Filipino guy. He's the only person that hit me and cut me. Like, legitimately, like, hit me and cut me. I was like, holy. In the first round, the funny thing is, the story is, I was over in LA for him, right? He was the last minute opponent. Because the guy fell out, and I go, I don't give a fuck. He's top. I don't give a shit. Let's go, right? That motherfucking Filipino get punched, bro. I'm telling you. Listen, people afterwards say, I've never seen anybody move like that. I go, because I didn't want to get hit, motherfucker. That's why. Shit. I would do anything I could to avoid the punch. Say, man, I've never seen anybody move because I didn't want to get hit. That's why you didn't see when people move like that. It's crazy. Like, this dude hit me so hard, man. It's the only time I've been hit, and this has been cut. Like, it's crazy.
All right, question 14. Are you artistic in any way with your hands as far as building things, painting, drawing, photography, mechanics?
Man, there ain't nothing I can't do except draw and mechanic. I don't care what it is. I build whatever. I like to build things. I love carpentry. I can build things. I can paint things. Pretty much if I see somebody do it, I can do it. I don't have any interest in mechanic working on a car. I can't stand it. And I have no art. I can't even draw. I fuck up a sick person drawing it.
All right. Question 15. What's the strangest item or thing that anybody's ever asked you to autograph?
Well, tits and ass ain't strange, so because I comfort that. And I'm serious. Since I was like 16, okay, you sign. I only sign tits and ass. Okay, here. And they're like, okay. I don't know. I know the strangest thing that I've had signed by an autograph. Let me see. You know Tyson Fury?
Yep.
You know Wall Shaver, the wall. You know the Clippers. You know. So for some reason, I've had this box in my on top of my refrigerator forever. I just kept looking. What the fuck? That's Tyson Fury. So I took it to Tyson Fury. And I hear Tyson, and he signed this. I go, have you ever signed one before? He's like, no. So that's the strangest thing I've had signed. But what have I signed? Oh, what do you call it? The Asian sword. What do you call the things? Samurai sword, you know.
I don't know the name of it though.
I mean, it's samurai sword. Like the samurai sword. Yeah, I signed one. Like, why would you have me sign this? Oh, that's the only thing I have. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question 16. Who are some of the professional boxers that you're working with right now?
I've been getting rid of a lot and stuff. I'm going to be starting a new year off. I just got some young guys. Sean Brewer. I got a little Darian Castro. He's a 3-0 Cuban kid that, man, the kid can fight, bro. He can fight. He's definitely gonna be a world champion. And then just a few other basically how people are always in and out of the gym. So I work with whoever's there, whoever shows up, and I don't go chasing after them. And I mean, I'm sure there's a lot more people that I can get, but it's not. I can't go and recruit people because it's not right, man. There's no way. Like I have a guy right now. I have a heavyweight, that went over there to spar with Frank Sanchez, and the trainer over there was like, "Hey, you need to come and train with us." He's a Cuban heavyweight, and I couldn't see myself doing that. Somebody's coming over to help me out and stuff, and come and help me and my fighter. Why would I do some shady, dirty shit like that? But
yeah, because that's gonna go around, and then nobody's gonna want to work with that guy.
Well, I mean, it's just crazy. But why would you do shady things like that? It just amazes me on how trainers are. The thing is, and I've always been this. My whole thing is this: since I was a fighter and now I'm a trainer, but I always said even when I was a fighter, the fighter makes the trainer. The fighter makes the trainer. The trainer don't have to know shit about boxing for having the greatest fucking fighter in the world. I'm just saying that. The fighter is just how you connect with people, how you can get people to train hard, to do well, to just give. I mean, it's just how it was connections. Just like your soulmate. Same thing with boxers. I mean, you gotta connect with them. If you can't connect with them, then I don't care how good a trainer you are. You can't get a guy to do things. And for the most part, to tell you the truth, you can't get a fighter to do anything they don't want to do. And that's what annoys me when people come up here. Oh, you should have him do that. But I'm not him. And what makes you think I haven't told him to do it? He's just not choosing to do it. Because in boxing, pretty much, I've just been really blessed with the boxing knowledge that I have, without being without studying it. You know what I mean? And it's just natural. To me, it's common sense. And I didn't realize that I had common sense and the boxing was so natural until I became a trainer. And I go, wait, well, you don't know this, you don't know that. Why don't you know that? I don't understand. So, with that being said, the fighter makes the trainer.
Okay. Question 17. If you could have a conversation with one person in history, who would it be?
Probably Bruce Lee. Just I love everything that how he does. I mean, things that I think the same way he does. I mean, just common sense, basic shit. When the basic people and when the greatest fighters they say of all time, right? Muhammad Ali, basic as fuck. He threw 1-2. He threw 1-2. Okay, he threw hooks, but he's 1-2. Basic wins fights, but you don't have to be fancy. You don't have to be basic, and I just love that. Just common sense will get you far.
Okay. All right. Question 18. What's the number one problem in the sport of boxing, in your opinion, right now?
Boxers are always last and not at first. Boxers, no one gives a shit about us or how we are, how we're gonna be. They don't give a shit. They don't care about the moment. If you're good at the moment, hey, I can call right now. If I'm a champion, I can go, man. I can go any fight, anywhere, free, whatever I want, right? But then as soon as you retire or done and not a champion no more, well, who are you? Yeah, you can buy them. No one gives a shit, but no one cares about what we're doing, what we're driving, how we are, how we're living. They don't give a fuck about nothing. They don't give a shit. They don't care about nothing except about the current boxer that's fighting that they can rape and take advantage of.
Okay. Question 19. What's the best place you've ever traveled to?
I love Italy. When I was over in Sardinia, Italy, when I was 17 years old, with Kenny McKinney when he won the world title. Beautiful place. Matter of fact, one of my guys was talking about today. Beautiful place, just very comfortable, very, very relaxed. People live long there. It's a great place to live and just don't have to worry about things.
Okay. Question 20. Can you tell me an interesting story out of your boxing career?
Interesting. I'll tell you one. It's the funny thing is, like, I just seen Mike too, right? And Mike was at the gym. Mike Tyson, It's just, I'm honest with him. It was like 4:00 in the morning. I'm at the club. I think it's called like SRO at the time, and I'm high as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. I was high as hell. I was just sitting there chilling, just fucking relaxed and stuff. Then I see Mike Tyson walk in the door, right? And, oh shit, Mike's here. That motherfucker didn't stop. He literally walked from the front of the club to the back of the club. But in the meantime, though, he was just pointing at girls. Boom, boom, pointing at, right? And they all just ran to him. How in the fuck, what kind of, man, you realize what kind of man you gotta be for that? You know what kind of game you gotta have, just pointing a bitch and just she runs running at you? That's fucking awesome. I told him, he didn't know I was there and stuff like that, but I just recently told him about it. He's like, "You're a bad motherfucker." He just smiled and laughed. It's true though, man. It's just amazing. Like, man, he just walked through. Hey, he didn't even say, he couldn't hear nothing. He just pointed, and they just come running after him. I was like, "Oh shit, man, that's game. That's game." Yeah.
Well, listen, Bones, I appreciate you taking time, man, to come on and do the 20 random questions. I hope they weren't too bad.
No, I hope my answer went back because I feel I don't know like to me like I see it's hard for me to think what's crazy and because the situation like I've been through everything. I promise from ups downs. I've been with high people, low people, poor people. It's just hard for me to I accept everybody for who they are. So I don't know what was oh you're crazy. I go I am. I don't know that I am because I don't know. It's normal to me. You know.
Well, no, I mean, I loved some of your answers and your stories and stuff. It was great. I've always wanted to have you on just one-on-one, and it's been nice to talk to you. And like you said, I'm glad that you cleared that up so some fans understand, because like you said, some of the boxing community around you know that you're kind of a smart ass and that you're funny and that you joke. But when you see you in the corner and you're being, stern and strict, and sometimes people think you're just like, oh, he's probably like a hard ass, and he's probably all like about boxing. But there's two sides to you, which is cool.
Yeah.
And honestly, when I made the questions, I didn't know how fun I was going to be with them, because I knew that it was a boxing interview. I wanted to stay on some of the boxing stuff and the techniques and things like that. But I also wanted to try to be fun with you too, because I knew some of your answers were going to be interesting. So,
some are. I'm kind of boring, but to me, I mean, I can't. I'm kind of. It's funny though, because a story like I was over in LA. I was over in LA. There's a good friend of mine, and he was like right hand man to Bernard Hopkins, and I've known him for 25 years, right? And then he said he ran when I first started being a coach, and he said a reporter told me today. He goes before he goes man. He was like man. He goes hey man, do you know Bones? He's like yeah I told you I know him. He goes yeah a great fighter. Did you know he was a swinger? They're worried about my sex more than anything. I'm like, what? Fuck boxing. He said he's more interested in that than anything. I was like, oh, you're crazy, bro.
Well, listen, you got anything to say to your fans or anything or anybody?
Nothing but listen, just keep believing in me, keep watching me, keep watching my guys. I'm telling you, like, listen, I'm just waiting. Honestly, I'm waiting for that right guy to walk through my door. As I said before, fighter makes the trainer don't make the fighter. You can say a million times, hey, do this, do that, but they got to want to do it. A person has to want to do it. And if they don't want to do it, they're not going to. You can't make them do anything. You can only give them the idea. Believe in me, stick with me, and I'll guarantee you'll be seeing great things with us.
All right, hold on. And the truth has spoken.